Hey tubers, we're still in the middle of the pandemic, so please remember, wear a mask in public. It's just common sense at this time. You can't afford to be sick. I can't afford to be sick, so we'll all just pitch in and try. Alright, that's the message for that. Got the 03 Tundra here, due for an oil change. You know, not brain surgery. But it's got to be done. I think I've got about 3,000 miles on this oil. I don't care what the books say, what the mileage this is. Change your oil and filter between 3,000 and 5,000 miles religiously. If you change your oil and filter at that interval, you will get a motor that will go 200,000 miles and not be a piece of crap. And I'm going to guess that even holds true for American trucks. Okay, so I guess what you want to see is where the hell's the filter? Oh wow, it's right down there. Okay, filter is somewhere right down in the front corner. You can see it right there. I use a Fram filter, but I usually buy whatever's cheap at Walmart, so don't get yourselves all worked up about one brand over another. Even a cheap filter is better than dirty oil, because dirty oil will wear your motor. So we reach down and see if we can't twist this thing off. It's coming, but it's friggin' hard. Time out, I'm going to get a strap wrench. Now, this can happen to you whether you are old, or it could be that your filter is just stuck on. A filter wrench might be the trick to breaking that bad boy free. A little more leverage. There we go, got it on. And I got that quarter turn I was missing. And the filter wrench has taken the long road to Dixie. Son of a bitch. Still won't turn off. Alright. That should do it. Okay. Now see, I already pulled the dipstick earlier and looked at the oil. It's, for me, the standard amount of dirty. Now this time, all Walmart had, they actually had genuine Toyota filters. Check your size, make sure they're the same, and don't forget, pull off the plastic cover and coat the ring with oil. Fram filters don't actually come with this little piece of plastic over the top. Okay, my hands are so oily. There it is. Thing about I like about Fram filters, that little bit of sandpaper that they put on the end of the filter, that's just nice. Okay, so this filter gets tweaked on. I go hand tight with everything. I'm strong enough to hand tight, and usually by the time the motors run, things heat up, they don't leak. Okay. I'm weaker with my left hand, so I just do that as hard as I can. Done. All right, let's go under the truck. Okay. So I used either a 14 millimeter or a 9/16 socket. Either one is acceptable. Find your oil plug. Make sure your ratchet or you know, I'm using a ratchet this time, I guess, is set correctly. Ow. Now some people will tell you that you're supposed to take off the skid plate to do this job. I am not one of those people. Now it appears the little washer that locks this thing in is attached to the oil pan, and I'm going to leave it. I do change that washer about every 3 to 5 oil changes. Some people never change it. I do. Alright. Now we just wait for the oil to drain. I don't know, are you seeing it? Oh yeah, you can actually see the oil coming down. Now this truck normally holds about 6.5 quarts. For some reason, when the oil is fresh, the dipstick is very hard to read. But right now, since I am draining the oil, I'm going to do a visual inspection under here and see if I see anything dripping, leaking, wet that should not be. And from what I can see, she's dry. Everything that's supposed to be dry is dry. I paid good money to have that rear main oil seal fixed, so it seems to still be holding. And I don't know if you can hear the last trickles of the oil. Now, I didn't bother to run this truck and mix it all up. This oil change is done totally cold. I don't really worry about it too much because I change the oil so damn much, filter, it'll catch up. Alright, that's pretty much it. At this point, it's just put the plug in and refill it. And remember, recycle your oil. I do mine through the city, but you can also bring your used motor oil to a lot of parts stores. They'll be happy to take your used motor oil. Okay, so I'll be back. That's what the dirty oil looks like. And this stuff is black. And that's only after, I think this oil change is about 3,500 miles. See, if you can get that dirt out of your engine regularly, because driving it makes carbon, dirt, sludge, but if you can change your oil, get that crap out. That's the fluid that most needs to be changed regular. And that, hey, I'm sorry, that's any gas engine going. Lots of oil changes make the motor last. I've just poured 6.5 quarts into the motor. So let's check the dipstick. I always wipe it off. Slip it in. Pull it out. It actually looks a little bit high, but there's no oil in the filter. And in all probability, the ground is sloped just a little bit this way. So that's probably a good level right there. I never like to overfill my oil. So I am not advocating overfilling your oil. It's a mistake. But I believe when this thing now is parked on flat ground, I'm going to run it and pull it where it's a little bit flatter. The level will be correct. Okay, I think I'm on a better flat spot in my driveway. Oh. And I keep spilling in the driveway. I try not to, but it happens. So let's see what we got here. Pull the dipstick. I've got great oil pressure. So the oil pressure is really nice. We'll just give it another few seconds, a minute, whatever it is to come down to level. So, you know, from the top of the engine to the bottom. And we're good to go. All the other fluids look okay. And I really don't see any big, nothing's jumping out at me. Nothing is jumping out at me saying this is a problem. Yeah, from the top and the bottom, this motor actually looks pretty dry for 200, and I think it's 215,000 miles on it now. And original motor, original transmission, though you know what happened to the transmission. All right, and there it is, exactly at the full spot. I like my oil full high. There it is. One oil change done. My cost, I don't know. I'm saying less than 20 bucks, probably around 18 or 20. Depending on the sale I can get on oil. And I'm buying the cheap Walmart stuff. If you're changing it often, like I do, you don't need to buy Super Tech, you don't buy synthetic, I don't buy high mileage unless it's on sale. I just run the cheap oil, and usually it's a Fram filter because that's cheap. But I have run Super Tech or anybody. If that's all I can find, that's what I'm stuffing on. Right now I've got genuine Toyota because that's all Walmart had. So anyways, she's looking good. Oil's been changed. Battery is, I don't know, the battery's fairly new, I think. There's a sticker on it somewhere here. But, yeah, I think this thing's ready for the road. I am starting to notice just a little bit of noise from one of the pulleys. And when that gets bad, I'll probably have to change that. But, come on, 200,000 miles on a belt pulley. You can't complain. And, again, it's taken some maintenance, but this thing's been a runner. ...2003 Toyota Tundra. I'm the original owner. It's got dents. If you look close, you'll see the bumper in the back is kind of sagging down a little. There's paint, scratches. You know, this thing's got wear and tear on it. But overall, well, that's something new right there. Huh. Overall, not bad shape. Not bad shape at all. And the interior, trashy or not, is actually in pretty good shape too. No cracks in the dash at all. And with the exception of the airbag, everything's working. Yeah, this thing's tight. I hope I can drive it until I'm dead. And being old, that's going to happen soon. All right. Well, you saw me change the oil, so I've actually done something. And I'll try to post a video. Please remember, with this coming election, the best thing you can do is vote. Hey, I'll show you right here my neighbor, because we disagree politically. And that's fine. he's put his American flag on his back fence for me, and I love him for it. No problems here just because you disagree politically. Let's all vote and make America what it's going to be in the future. And none of us know that until we know who's going to be our next president. And if you don't like Trump, vote for the dog. Dusty? President? No. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about this truck. I told you it had 215,000 miles on it. It still does not burn oil. No oil. When I take that in 3,000 miles and change the oil, it will still be full high. That's what you get when you change oil regular. Your rings, pistons, all those little parts don't burn oil. They just lubricate. So you want to make your car last forever. The real secret is changing the oil in the filter. And don't drive like an idiot. Hey, tubers. Wear the mask. It's important. Alright. Haven't made a video in a while. This is really not a good angle. Let's try over here maybe. That might be better. Who knows? Man, I don't know what to talk about. Politics, changing the oil in the truck. I'm just getting friggin' old. Where to begin? Who knows? Well, the election's almost here. That's interesting. And I encourage everyone to vote. I hope common sense will prevail. Man. Since I don't know where to start, I'm just doing a quick once-over on the fluid levels. But, yeah, truck seems to be running fine. I'm not working much anymore, so at this point, I'm really just an old fuck. Oh, let me start again.